It is a topic we've dedicated a lot of time to recently in our Selling Girls series over on Channel 2, sex trafficking. According to the Department of Homeland Security, millions of men, women, and children are victims of human trafficking each year worldwide. Today in Buffalo, history was made as a state Supreme Court judge sentenced a man who is from Buffalo for running a child sex trafficking operation out of a motel. Here's more about why this was such a big day in court and how one local group is busy advocating for victims in Western New York.
A judge sentenced 23-year-old Derek Harris to 11 years in prison for running a sex trafficking operation out of this Amherst motel. Harris pleaded guilty to several charges, including sex trafficking. He'd find vulnerable girls on Facebook and sell them for sex online. The youngest in this case was 14. Tuesday's sentencing shows how local law enforcement is getting even more involved with investigating this type of crime. The Erie County District Attorney believes this first-of-its-kind prosecution will have a big impact.
It sends a message that if you are out there promoting prostitution, if you are engaging in any type of human trafficking or sexual trafficking activities, and we find you, the Erie County DA's office is going to prosecute you.
People Against Trafficking Humans, or PATH, is a local faith-based nonprofit focused on ending exploitation through awareness, action, and aftercare. Tuesday night, Executive Director Julie Palmer spoke to a group about exploitation. She says every community is experiencing human trafficking, specifically sex and labor trafficking.
And in our community, both are a persistent issue, and we're seeing it in a variety of ways. It can be labor trafficking through migrant work, through forced labor and domestic servitude. In the sex industry, it can look like prostitution, coercion, particularly with our youth population. We're seeing an increase in the social media and with the drug addiction.
Palmer says hundreds of people are being trafficked in Western New York. PATH helps more than 150 people a year.
We target working with long-term aftercare and restorative services, really helping that person have a safe place to go that keeps them off the streets.
Palmer tells us plans for a safe house are now in the works. It's expected to open sometime next year. She says one of the keys to ending sex trafficking is community activism.
If every person that had a sense of justice, a regard for human beings, stood up against injustice issues, I really think it could be eradicated.
Harris, by the way, faced up to 25 years in prison. The feds are also very involved in prosecuting these crimes. There's a task force here in Western New York that the FBI helps to lead. It combines the resources of law enforcement agencies and not-for-profit.